Welcome back to the Gfinity Elite Series presented by Alienware, where CSGO is brought to you by Dare Ice Coffee and Logitech Gaming Peripherals. Kevin, a new look Melbourne order are about to be unveiled. Huge match coming up there with the players getting in the zone right now. You've had a great time so far, Kevin. You were correct with your first call. Let's see if you can back it up. Who do you reckon? Is it Order or Ground Zero?
Order, 110%.
110%? Okay.
We have to see a massive upset at this moment coming out from Ground Zero. Like I said, they've got the recipe, but whether or not they can actually execute it is a different story.
So you definitely Order?
100% Order. This should be actually a very easy game for Order.
Okay, well, I'm going for Ground Zero because I'd like to see an upset. It'd be good to keep it even. Right now, let's get into gameplay. Over to you, casters. Let's do it.
Thank you, Luke and Kevin. Mac, there's a new order in town.
It truly is.
And we get to see them for the first time this week, obviously playing in the Gfinity Elite Series. Now, you've seen these guys before. You know what they bring to the table. Do you think Ground Zero's got enough to stand up to it?
Well, I actually have one of the Street Fighter casters' little notes here.
Yep.
And he has a lot of the Street Fighter order players analysed. So I don't know if these guys are going to bring these strats into the book, but I don't know. Whoever's handwriting this is a little bit iffy. Anyway, I reckon Order are going to play great. It could be what?
A doctor.
A doctor. Could be. Yeah, anyway, so we will get into the game shortly. The map has been taken down to Mirage.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see this because I know that Ground Zero have a willingness to play this map. They've played it several times before already in the Elite Series. So for what they bring to the table, we know what they've got to offer. We know that these guys do like to take control of mid. They do like to contest this area of the map. Order, we've seen them play this map so many times before with this lineup as well, so we know that they're a strong contender, and I do believe someone like Sicko, his rotations through the map with his AWP is going to be key for them. He's not too shy to take that duel anywhere with that AWP, so for them that's going to be a key piece for them, at least on that CT side. On the T side as well, it gets super aggressive. In terms of his direct opposition in Inject knows this map inside out, so look for him to again be super mobile in the way that he actually moves around the map too. So it's a really interesting contest in terms of rotations, at least on that CT side, and the T side duel as well is going to be really interesting. There's a lot of firepower in these two lineups, but I think Order structure at this point in time gives them just that slight upper hand, and their mid-round decision making as well is world class.
Yeah, well, I know I'm extremely excited to see how Inject shoots today. Last week, he got almost all of his kills were straight through walls, so I'm hoping to see that again.
Doing it sideways.
Very exciting. Exactly. Bloody Foon, get out of here. Super Steve, get him in the server. Well, he's already in the server.
You're a massive fan of Steve now, aren't you? You know he also brings one of the quickest reaction times as well in terms of his ability to pull that trigger.
Yeah, I know. Like, what is it, less than 2 milliseconds to actually...
Yeah, it's insane.
2 milliseconds? Yeah. 200 less than 200 milliseconds, surely.
I'll leave you to the measurements, the finer measurements. But in terms of how you've got this going now, which side of the fence do you sit? Do you sit on Perth Ground Zero or Melbourne Order?
Bo's going to kill me, but I've tipped Order because I think it's the safe bet. Definitely the safe bet. But I would like to see it stay close. I would like to see Ground Zero put in a great effort here today. And I think they can. But I haven't seen Order lose much on this map, so it's going to be a rough one for the boys from Perth.
Now, Order on that T side as well. Ground Zero, slight upper hand here on that CT side. We know this map lends itself to a lot of map control from both these two teams. I'm keen to see where the contest areas are, but already Willie KS getting super aggro up mid, taking the fight to Sicko, and he is out of the picture right now, so at least a piece of the puzzle goes missing. Willie gets caught out though, so it's back to a 4 versus 4 Mac.
Yeah, he didn't really have any help from his teammates there, even though he had full mid control for a moment. Now Waffy, I don't think he's been spotted here at Sandwich just yet. We do see Chaotic taking the 2K. Now it's all up to Hats and Alistair to try to bring this one back. Extinct will be dropping down towards Underpass. Alistair with the pre-fire. Beautiful shots to find the head of Extinct. Now Chaotic on site. Trying to hold here. We'll find one with a nice peek from Triple. Picking up the 3K for him so far. All of the frags so far for Ground Zero, but Ali, sharp here today. Finds that one of the Chaotic. Waiting for the peek from Steve. Oh, he goes for the reload and Waffy pushes. We'll get the spam. Couple of bullets left in that clip, but Ground Zero, they are going to take the CT pistol.
And I think he needed to step at that exact moment too, because Alistair was stepping up to the plate. And in terms of how that went, he was hitting a shot. So, I mean, Waffy, great job there in the end. But Ground Zero, they you can see it already just by the fact that Willie KS pushed straight up mid, took the duel. means that they're going to need to approach this match the way that you're going to take down Order, and that is play with fearlessness, because there's some respected names in this lineup, and in terms of just not being intimidated whatsoever, it's important that they maintain their composure.
But who's going to win, the older and experienced boys or the young guns, you know?
All will be revealed.
That's what it comes down to. Willie, his shin has been spotted by Ali. Look at this posting. Waiting for a repeat, but Willie, he's decided to stay passive for the moment. Looking for a push. We are going to see Order looking to take the B site. Hats has got the entry. Willie will try to help out here with the Famis. Does find one, but can't quite find the second. Lots of damage there on Liaz, who only has 1 HP remaining. Now Ali creating a distraction at the top of mid now. Jiggling around, slowing the rotate from Waffy, and so Chaotic and Steve, they're going to have to team up to try to do this themselves just for the moment. We are going to see Sicko taking down Steve. Chaotic with the trade. Well, he'll be taken down, and now Waffy, they know that he's on short. Hats gets the dink, tags Waffy down to 13 HP, and now Ali will be coming in on the flank with only 73. Leah's last, oh wow, doesn't even matter what I was saying. Ali too sharp there. Getting the trade, finding Waffy, and we are going to see Order winning the old eco.
Tell you what, Hats coating his opposition with bullets. I'm just going to simply leave it there.
Yeah, that was good. We didn't actually get to see it.
No.
Do we have a replay? What's going on? Why?
I do believe there's a momentary pause in the game right now, but Order already, you could see that the forcing into that round, no hesitation whatsoever. They were taking the duel straight up. Ali sitting at the top of mid. Perfect, because it created a huge distraction. You could see the rotation coming through mid was completely helpless, and they had to wait for him to peak because he was hitting his shots, and that is a real thorn in the side already for Ground Zero. So they did a good job in getting the pistol round on a good work of just trading out. Ali made it really close and gave him a good reminder of just the level of gameplay that Order bring. But again, forcing into that next round made things super difficult for Ground Zero.
He was definitely being a bit of an annoyance there, you know, slightly just jiggle peeking, showing his shoulder, but never actually aggressing. Didn't go for any shots, and you know, didn't give up his life, and that actually won them the round in the end. Because Waffy tried to go back towards mid, knowing that the bomb was down on site. He only had one more T there to deal with, but he had no information of where Liaz was, so he had to cover his flank, make sure that he kept that weapon in hand, which he almost did. But Ali went and picked it up anyway after taking him down.
It's already a pendulum swing between the two teams at the moment, guys. Apologies, there is a slight technical delay. We're just going to go back to Luke and Kevin to break these 2 rounds down.
Yeah, we are getting it fixed ASAP. Not a lot to talk about, only 2 rounds, Kev, but can you make any comments on the gameplay you've seen so far?
It's pretty, I mean, for Ground Zero, obviously that pistol round meant a lot for them, but that was just instantly swung back by the fact that Order, they're confident. They know it's like, all right, we lost a pistol. Sometimes pistols are pretty difficult to win, actually, because it's more 50-50. You have one player that goes absolutely huge, you can get a lot of pistol kills quickly, and as a result, win the round from there. You can see why Order are probably that stronger team, because already on the eco, they're able to capitalize and win a round from there, and they'll be looking to do that in the buy round. Hopefully Ground Zero can put some spanners in the work, but really it's just too early to say at the end of the day. I mean, I guess the equivalent here of trying to make a prediction on the outcome of the map would be going, all right, you've read the first 5 pages of a novel, now you have to judge the entire book.
Right, sure. Which often I do. Like,
often you do, but
screw the rest of the book, right?
Yeah, as in you don't know, essentially, you know, it could still be a great novel from there from a bad start.
Willie KS was almost having a nap there. He was looking pretty chill. Hey, look, it's surely knowing they were coming into this match this week, because you've already called that you think it's going to go Order's way, what do Ground Zero need to do if they have a chance of winning?
Well, firstly, they have to forget about they have a very hard mental barrier they need to pass first, because the last time that these 2 teams crossed on an online league, Perth Ground Zero lost 0-16. They didn't get a single round. And I think this is very important to say, because when you're versing, I mean, already they've already eclipsed that round count, so woo, they got 1 round, which is 1 better than the last time.
Yep.
But still getting a victory over a team that you know just completely just dismantled you is going to be very difficult. They have to firstly believe they've got the rest, and they've got the mechanics. They need to believe in themselves that they can challenge and hope that Order are having an off day. Because if Order are having an on day, there is legitimately no scenario that Perth Ground Zero take the victory. It's just that difficult.
Is there any weak points in Order's lineup? Is there anywhere they could be targeting?
Inconsistency. The first key right now is getting... There is a phrase that we call in Counter-Strike, which is called no respect. And this is when you see a stronger team go against a weaker team and start pushing all over the map. And if Ground Zero allowed the game to degrade to this, they've already lost. because that's where Order go, why are we playing structured when they're just coming up against us and they're just losing? We might as well just what we call play loosey-goosey, go out and swing at them and see how far we can get away with playing such a loose strategy. Because you don't want to be investing all your, I guess, eggs in one basket against a weak opponent in their minds. Because Order, they're that much above. Like I said, 16-0 against an opponent, you're going to be looking down on them. So Perth Ground Zero had to gain that respect back. They had to be going, all right, we can get these rounds. You can't play like that and win. You have to respect us firstly, and then as a result, who knows?
All right, well, we're going to go back to the casters right now. We're back into gameplay.
Thank you very much, gents. Thank you for breaking it down, and this round is about to be broken down here as they do hit this bomb site. Imagine taking the entry here, that SMG doing the damage, and Steve gets caught out. He finds one, but pistols are just being disposed of one by one. Willie KS left to his own devices, somehow finds a frag and that, and a second. But boy, oh boy, Mac.
10, great gun, exactly.
Oh, we're just finishing each other's sentences now.
It's cute.
That's synergy.
How are you, baby? What's going on? Anyway, that was great of Willie to pick up the good old 2K, and it looks like someone chaotic. He's gotten angry, he's left the server, but he's back in straight away. Oh, there we are. He's gone again.
There we go.
Changed his mind. Did a Yui.
Chuck the Yui?
Chuck the Yui, mate. No roundabouts here.
No. I'm glad you read the road rules here, but obviously these guys, Order, they've been around the world a couple of times, maybe more. They've seen the sights, but right now they're on the Gfinity Elite Series stage. They're looking quite calm in, obviously, any situation. For them, this is nothing new, right? In terms of Ground Zero, this is a new experience for them. Week by week, they've obviously had the advantage of being here. How do you feel as though these sorts of pauses play out for either of these two teams?
I feel like it's going to hurt Ground Zero more than it's going to hurt Order. As you can see, they're all pretty bemused right now, except for Alistair. Look at that. Cheeky little smile. Great haircut. Great man. You know, and he gets loud too. I haven't heard him yet, but...
What, like Jennifer Lopez loud, or...?
Yep. Let's get loud. Let's get loud.
Actually...
Should I go karaoke?
No.
Is that who are going to fill the pauses now?
No. Oh dear, please don't encourage him.
I'll do it. Get me a beer. Let's go.
But for you, Mac.
Actually, no, I can't sing. I heard we're getting DMC takedowns now on Twitch. So there you go. You know, issues, the big issues.
Yeah,
Here
look,
on the live broadcasting.
the way that you're going, mate, I think it's going to be no time before we're taken. In fact, yep, word has come through from production. We're getting taken down. We're going back to Luke. Luke, please handle the situation straight away.
Look, I'm happy to chat more if we have to cover a technical pause, but I'm also a big fan of Mac just singing for a bit. And I think the audience is as well. Do you have any more songs in you, Mac?
No, this is on you, mate. This spotlight, if you can dim it and just have a single spotlight on that.
Can I get a hand microphone? These ones. Ash? Look, we got Ash. Ash is going to get me the microphone.
Wouldn't that be the best? I think that's such a good idea.
I don't know, is the mic hot? I'm confused.
I don't know.
All right, what song? Hit me with a song.
No backing track. This is the best
Barbie
television
Girl.
I've ever seen.
No, I got trolled by that the other day. Give me something. Come on. Not Barbie Girl, please.
Barbie Girl. Absolutely Barbie Girl. Why did you even say that? Barbie Girl, go. It's got to be now.
I don't know the start of Barbie Girl. You've hit me in a sore spot. Why do birds suddenly appear? And that's all I know from that song. So that's Mac's karaoke special here today. Oh, we're right up in my grills, aren't we? Hey, how are ya? So, you know, is the tech pause done? I'm feeling pretty rough here. Luke, give me something. What's your favourite song?
I got nothing.
Oh, I got a suggestion.
I do. Look, by the way, if you've just joined us, this is a CSGO live stream, not just some weird talent show. It's not Eurovision, guys, but it should be. That was great, Mac, by the way. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but I am hoping we have a technical pause for about an hour. That's what I hope. So we can just get you running through the hits.
Actually live?
No, we're not live into the match.
Oh, we're not
Keep
live.
going.
All right, don't worry.
You just do. You live
No, we are entirely live. Did you just say we're not live?
Spotlight, and I can't remember what I was going to sing.
Yeah, give us a bit of
I
Whitney,
don't know lyrics.
Mac.
I don't listen
Give
to
us a bit
music.
of Whitney.
I'm not a music man. I'm a Counter-Strike man, and I've been put on the spot.
All right.
Help me.
No, mate.
You're my friend.
You dig a hole, mate. You get yourself out.
Wait, I'll be back. Wait, I don't know. Dance.
If you guys, I want to take
we
full
have any-
responsibility for putting Mac under pressure there. You know, he did it. Give him a round of applause, guys. Give Mac a round of applause.
Thank you.
But also, have songs ready next week, Mac, all right? Have songs ready.
Yeah.
Now you know what happens when there's a tech pause. Go away, rehearse. If you guys want to see more of Mac's work, he'll be in various bars around Sydney this week. Practicing his karaoke. That's enough nonsense from us, I think. Let's go back to the casters. I think we're ready to watch some CSGO, which is what we're here for. Let's not forget, we are here also for Mac singing, but mainly for CSGO. Back to you guys.
Backstreet's back.
All right.
We could have gone with that.
I could have. I asked for songs and no one gave me anything I knew, so
Well, what do we know? How are we supposed to know what you knew?
get in my head. It's fine. All right?
I think we already are.
Yeah, I
But
hope so.
we're going to get back into Counter-Strike shortly,
Terrible decision.
as we deviated a lot from our regular program. Look, Mac, I want to bring you back down to earth. Counter-Strike is at hand. Order are at play. We're back into another round here. Ground Zero are looking ready to go, but their economy is going to prove difficult, much like lyrics to any song.
Yeah, come on, hit it where it hurts, mate. Bloody, keep going. See where it takes you. All right. Anyway,
Take me places, Mac.
into the
Take me
fourth round. Here we go. Melbourne Order. They have weapons. Ground Zero do as well, but they're terrible weapons. EMAG with the Mac 10 going to be finding one onto Chaotic, and now they've got the man advantage. Jim, mate, take it away.
And tell you what, loud noises as they do go down mid. And this is just a pain train. The angry mob that is Melbourne Order are just running amok, taking control of mid, grouping up. This is what I like on anti-eco rounds, is the fact that they actually grouped up and made it really difficult for Ground Zero to try and get a pick here. They're going to stream onto this B bomb site here, completely unopposed. They will be able to get that bomb down, and just going to let those SMGs run around the map, looking for that farming opportunity there. And this is where Sicko just waiting in mid-connector, just waiting to see if he can take a scalp or two. But he's going to be caught out here. Does get taken down. Hat's doing the duty. And Melbourne Order back into it. Ali, this is a good example of running amok, my friend.
I'm still trying to think of a song that I'm going to sing.
He didn't even need a microphone to cause chaos. Look at that.
Didn't.
All right.
I'll practice for next week. All right. Give me time to prepare. That was a bit of off
Maybe-
the cuff, and it wasn't any good.
Maybe before you grab the mic next time, drink it through, mate.
Product placement at its finest. And here we are into the fifth GZ, finally, with some decent weapons. We do see Steve, the dangerous man, picking up the AWP. And Chaotic, off angle, it's nice. Order. We are going to see them going for the execute, but not pushing straight away. A lot of counter util coming out. Order just waiting it out for the moment. Molotov going towards under balcony, which will push the CT out. Chaotic trying to hold. He can't find anything. Waffy finds one, but he's going to be traded out as well. And now we're left in a 4v3 situation. The bomb should be planted successfully. With KS coming in on the fast flank. Extinct, creating the distraction there. Finding one onto EMAG. Yaz going to be looking the wrong direction. Willie hitting the shots, but the bomb is going to be planted successfully. Ali in CT going to be spotted, but not taken down for the moment. Mac 10, too great of a weapon there. Sicko taking down Willie KS. Head straight off, 3 haircuts, as Jimmy Boy would say. Extinct, looking for that high ground, trying to find an angle. He's going to find one, but no trade coming out from Ali just yet. He will eventually hit the bullets, but Steve with the AWP, which the flick. This man usually hits those, resorts to the P2K, and it's going to be just what they needed. Then GZ, they're going to find themselves a second round.
Melbourne Order going for that bonus round. Those two SMGs, those two Mac 10s in play, and they very nearly came away with it too. So they've done a huge amount of damage to that CT economy and been able to just fill their coffers a little bit more, getting that bomb plant down. They didn't win the round, but this sets them up really nicely for the rest of the half. You can look and see the economy of the CT side. It's not fantastic. That means in key moments they're going to be short on utility, short on lyrics, short on everything that they need to make an entertaining round.
I hate you. Going into the 6th round, I don't even know what's happening. Have you ever been so nervous that you're like, what the hell have I done?
Yeah, usually I'm wearing a suit of confidence.
I was very confident, and then I just froze up. Kind of like a Disney movie. Yeah, here we are.
Just
Willie.
let it go, Mac.
Stop it. Sicko, just like he stops Willie KS trying to get aggressive there, Steve doesn't spot the cross through the edge of the smoke there as it started to dissipate. He's crouched Ali, waiting for Steve to make a move. He's not going to spot the edge of that scope either, as Steve's positioning is quite nice. Making a bit of noise though. Extinct will find Liaz. over towards the back of apartments. Steve making a bit of noise, falls back for a moment. We'll wait for the boost, but it's not going to be coming out. Ooh. He does decide to get aggressive, hitting Ali through the wall. All he had to see was the top of his head, and he will eventually hit that shot.
Just waiting for him to make his move, step across the line. And they're going to go back towards B one more time as Imag, just clearing things out, also in a key position for them because he's going to create a nice little pincer as they enter into the map here. A lot of map control actually being surrendered to Ground Zero for the moment, but Steve's just doing his best to watch over, and I don't think he actually realises the one slipped the gates. So a lot of pressure now coming back into B. Expect that AWP to rotate towards the market here as we do see Extinct get into the benches, and this is a key position because if he can find a frag and slow things up for his teammates to get in, it's going to make a world of difference here for Ground Zero.
And there you go, Emag from Africa will find the angle and hit the headshot there onto Extinct, bringing it back to the 2v3. Melbourne get that bomb planted now. Chaotic and Waffy. Waffa Fetty, as he's got his in-game name. We are going to see them potentially go for the retake. Waffy in a very strong position. He's upgraded to that AK. We may actually see them save here. There you go. They've called it quits. And there you go, Hats finding the angle onto Chaotic, who jumped around, revealed his position. Gave that one up to Order. Now Waffy still holding towards underpass here. Backups waiting for the Order gamers to exit, but they're not going to. And there you go, Waffy should be able to save this AK. Order, 3 of them saving weapons as well. This will be great for the economy, but terrible for Order. I mean for Ground Zero.
Steve was doing a good job of posting up in mid. He just took his eye away from it for a moment and actually allowed Imag to slip the net and get himself into a really compromising position, which was in short. So from his perspective, that really created chaos here. But we see Sicko just expecting the aggressive plays out of Ground Zero. And when you're an underdog, or that flash actually probably didn't help Willie KS, to be honest, but when you're an underdog in these sort of situations, you feel as though you've got to take risks. And that's exactly what Ground Zero are doing in this instance. They're actually taking a few unnecessary risks, maybe on that CT side, just to show the fact that they're not scared, they're not worried about taking the game to their opposition. So I needed tactical time out here from a Ground Zero perspective because they need to assess the situation. The aggression isn't actually working. A team like Order, they do have an array of strategies, they do have a number of different gears they can go through. And just waiting out aggression is part of that, setting a default and just anticipating things. It shows that they have Ground Zero red, at least in the early stages of this match.
Yeah, they definitely have, but also we do see Ground Zero being completely hard reset. So they're into 1700, they just lost the previous round, so minimal round loss bonus, and we are going to see a force buy coming out. Ooh, there you go. Pistols, a terrible weapon, which is the famous, which you don't like.
I too like to live dangerously.
Yeah, that's it. And here we go.
Not just in my shirt choices either. Things can turn sour quickly. Just like you. The juice is not worth the squeeze though, Mac. You're not giving me anything.
That's all right. Lemon juice is pretty good. It's sour, but it's nice. You know, it's sweet and sour. Kind of like the sauce, but like not saucy. Just juicy. Yeah, just like I like my CS. A little bit juicy.
We're going to go chest to zest with puns, are we?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, here we are. Steve going to be playing cutout. Mollied out of position, but he will use up that smoke to save his life for the moment. Order looking to try and trade this one out. We do see speed coming up from the bottom of con, but Waffy not going to be checked. Trade, though, does come out. Liaz going to be taken down from behind. Willie making his way through short early on. And Order, they can't get on the site yet. They're still stuck here at Tetris. But there you go. Chaotic going to give up a frag as he does go for the peek there. Flash coming out. Steve, though, not going to peek off. It will throw a second with Steve, although Team Flash coming out, not going to be the greatest decision.
Stuck in that awkward area, aren't they, that Tetris area? And this is where both teams are just using up utility to try and take an advantage, try and take a peek. The duels actually favour Order right now, but they're still scared to cross.
That's it, and they are going to try to get this bomb down, and they've made a good read. CT's not going to be playing towards CT spawn. And looks like they may go for a late retake. Willie will eventually make his way over to CT spawn, but Order, they're not going to worry about it for the moment. Ali looking to get aggressive, does get the info, and he will find a frag there onto Steve. Beautiful spray, although there we are. That's going to be taken down. Will he find himself a second now in a 1v1? Can he win this? No, he can't. Sicko too sharp with the AWP. Posting, getting that trade. Not going to be caught trying to cross to safety. And there you go, Melbourne. They are going to be picking up a 5th round.
And this, I mean, frags like this from Sicko do help open things up. That's a sharp frag onto Chaotic. Chaotic just thinking he timed his peak to perfection there, but Sicko waiting with open arms. Just like this crowd for you, Mac.
I got my seat moved closer to you, but all I want to do is move it further away.
No shades to protect you this week.
No, I left him at home. I'm disappointed with myself.
I do rate the confidence, though, to get up in front of a crowd, and the confidence is shown here by Liaz as well with that SMG. Getting into the choke points there, straight up mid-connector. Hats also finishing off 2 as well. Well, sorry, 1 for Hats, 1 for EMAG, 1 apiece. And this is confidence coming out. Now, Kevin talked about no respect plays in the pre-game, and this is exactly what Melbourne Order are doing. They're just playing with confidence. I wouldn't call it no respect at this stage, but they're just grouping up really well, and they're not overcomplicating things as well. They know they're on an anti-eco round. They know that they just need to group up and let their weaponry do the talking, and that's exactly what's happening.
He did also call it loosey-goosey, which is a weird description considering they're just staying as one unit and completely demolishing Ground Zero right now.
Just take a look, have a gander.
That's it.
Where shall they wander?
Looks like they're going to mid, actually. Mid and A site. They're going to go for that split jib. That's exactly what's going to be happening, and we are going to see GZ finally brought up again. Light on the util. At least they've got some better weapons than what they've previously had. It looks like Order are going to be trying to get out of a main and Palace. Looking to go for those trades. EMAG hasn't spotted Chaotic. He can't hit the shots, gets caught off guard. Trying to go wide, and Woffy will find one, but not a second. EMAG getting those entries. 2K for him so far, and we do see Order with the man advantage. And that bomb will be planted in the smoke, front of triple for T-Con, but they managed to get that one down. Steve almost denying it, but he couldn't connect enough of the bullets. Now he will wait for the rotate to come in from his teammates. Extinct waiting for a CT push, but nothing's come just yet. GZ, they are going to be flanked. EMAG making the big play, going all the way to the top of mid, and Willie's not going to be ready for that one. Steve taken down as well. EMAG going for the 4K, not going to be able to get the ace though, as Extinct, he's made his way into window. Surely he's going to be found by someone else. Ali may take first contact, no, checking the bomb. Securing that round. So there are no cheeky gamers, but Extinct will find one. Ace may come out. EMAG, is the timing going to go in his favour? No, he won't be fast enough. Won't be able to get that angle just. And there you go, GZ. They will save one weapon, but Order ultimately pick up that round.
Yeah, and imagine just opening things up here nicely onto this A-bomb side as well. Like, you miss that shot against a player like Imagine, you're not going to get a second chance as well. So, I mean, 4 frags there. Nice flank through mid as well. He actually backed off as soon as he got up to air, put those 2 frags, came back around, was that thorn in the side of the defense, and Melbourne Order playing with the confidence we knew that they bring.
Here we are, once again, running straight out onto the A site. No respect. We are going to see Chaotic picking up one, and the 2-man under Balk setup. Almost proving effective, but Hats and Liaz going to shut them down. Now it's all up to Woffy and Extinct to try to bring this one back. Extinct with that M4 in hand is fully blind for the moment. Will use that cover. The bomb not going to be planted just yet. They do have mid control, so Hats should be able to get this one off. Will Molly jungle, which he may should have done earlier in that round. Woffy falls. Extinct looking for the trade. Pulls out a nade. Will he get caught off guard? He definitely will. Hats there, too sharp. Beautiful view model B-hopping to the ground. Liaz Cam. KZ God.
Sometimes he just transcends the game.
That's it.
That was a good example.
Doesn't need to be above the ground.
The confidence that Order are playing with right now is the fact that they're rocking 2 AWPs on T side. They're entering into that A-bomb site. Hats has got one. Siko's got one. And they're taking peeks that you'd normally take with a rifle. Hats clearing out under balcony with an AVP. So that is the level of confidence they're bringing right now. And from Ground Zero's perspective, they're having some difficulty dealing with the mid control that's being exerted by Order here as they do take position. That is a great shot though. Hats goes down, but Ali almost immediately on that trade as they take control of mid connector.
The bomb still hiding in A main for the moment. We do see Chaotic holding at long range with that M4, but Steve and Willie both with AWPs of their own. Chaotic almost going to be wallbanged down. He will take down Ali though, playing a bit of an off angle. No trade coming out just yet. Molotov forcing him over to the short side as he jumps up onto the trash can. Now EMAG coming out of Pal, going to be shot at, but Steve misses a shot. You don't hear that often. There was no wall for him to shoot through, so of course he couldn't hit that one. Anyway, Sicko here. Deep flash. Not going to blind Steve, though. He actually blinds himself a little bit, looking to try to find the angle, but he's going to be spotted. Steve whiffs. So does Sicko, and this bomb is going to be planted successfully. Liaz taking the gamble. And GZ, they didn't try to deny it.
No, he needed to take that plant then and there before that smoke faded.
timing on that one. Anyway, Steve going to be trying to find something through the wall. This man, he's great at doing that. Anyway, we are going to see a couple of picks come out. Liaz finding one, and it's brought back to a 3v2 in Order's favour. So Steve and Willie, the men with the AWPs, looking like they are just going to try to save into the 12th round. Order, they've caught on, and it looks like the hunt's coming out. Emag taking a gamble, running away from the bomb, putting full trust into Sicko with 17 HP to try to hold this one. And it's going to be a good call, but it doesn't look like Order are going to be able to get those guns out of Ground Zero's hands. So we should be able to see Ground Zero buy up into the next one. Let's see how this money's looking.
More importantly, though, they're going to be able to buy up with a few different options in the sense that those AWP players can now drop rifles for at least two of the teammates there. There might be a force on, I think it's actually Extinct, that is going to prioritise some utility over everything else. But, okay, interesting. They're going for what I would term as a Pied Piper strategy. Now, there are two Pied Pipers in this instance. So, just looking for those AWPs to really do the damage. And you really want someone to stick with that AWP because it's an insurance policy. If that AWP goes down early on in the piece, you get someone else that can pick it up and potentially find another frag with it too. So I really do like on these sorts of rounds to see some grouping with the players that do have weaponry, but that's not to be the case. Doesn't mean it's not going to work. There are many different ways to skin a cat. The Hats finds the opening frag here as the numbers start to thin.
And Willie has the perfect one-way here, but Emag, I think he is going to be hiding behind the cover at top of mid there, behind the boxes. Liaz up on the ledge. But Willie, he's not holding that angle anymore, so we are going to see a bit of third-person action coming in. Waffy with the 5-7. He's going to be holding close. Powerful weapon at the moment. Let's see how this goes. Oh, he's dropped. Ali, surely he's heard this one. He's going to find Extinct eventually after a long-held spray, but with only 12 HP, he will retreat. Liaz holding in the corner. Strong position for him. So Willie's going to find one. Liaz trying to get the trade, tagging him down to 16 HP, eventually going to pick that one up. A lot of action in a short amount of time, and we are going to see Melbourne Order picking up a 10th, breaking those double digits.
Melbourne Order just exerting serious mid-control right now and having their run of things quite easily in terms of how the round's panning out. But, I mean, there was a good chance there for both Ground Zero to turn the round in their favour. Obviously, things just exploded there at the very end of the round, and the trades came out the way of Melbourne Order. But you can see now just a variation in pace as well. They're not anticipating a great buy coming out from Order or from Ground Zero, but Ali on that entry roll gets taken down by Steve. That's a close quarters AWP, tight angle to make, but he made it work.
Oh, and Waffy going to be finding one more under Liaz. Maybe the pace change wasn't what Order needed to do. That or Ground Zero, they're just starting to hit some shots now. Emag playing on the edge of the smoke there, trying to find an angle. You're going to see Waffy covering the top of Con just for a moment. And now Hats here posting, waiting for a peek, but Extinct going to be looking towards underpass. We'll give up that window control and try to help out Willie over on the B site. The bomb going to be dropped on short for the moment. Order just holding, waiting for any over-aggression. Emag, great position to be in. Good for holding rotates. And potentially finding himself a pick. But he hasn't made any noise, so Waffy is still just waiting here. Jumping around, making a bit of noise of his own. Emag gets that info. Looking like he wants to go for the frag, but Hats is going to be the one to find it as he makes his way into SL. Getting that flank on the CT. Now Extinct will be drawn back towards window. The bomb is going to be retrieved by Sicko, although Chaotic does eventually find Emag there. Now in a 2v4 situation, GZ looking like they've got the advantage here. Willie, though, quite low, will be taken down. Couldn't hit the shot, didn't actually manage to take that shot, and the bomb may be able to be planted. Decent use of utility here to allow this bomb to potentially go down. We are going to see Hats finding one onto Steve, and Sicko picks up the bomb. We'll get it planted for short. GZ, they are going to be trying to retake from market. I think Chaotic's a little bit sus on a flank from window.
And Hats out of the bag. Tell you what, just opening things up entirely on that B-bomb side. And Chaotic and Extinct now need to combine to take things out. Now, Chaotic doing his best to bless the rains in Africa, but he can't find anything just yet. Hats goes down. Chaotic now looking for the second frag. Extinct actually finds it. They combine well in the retake, and that is a round much needed for Ground Zero.
They did manage to save the two AWPs, but it could have gone a lot more clean. Unfortunately, Hatch was feeling sharp, pushing towards B.
He never looks phased under pressure here, Steve. Never looks phased under pressure. And that's a great example of Ali just being punished by that AWP. Unlucky not to get the frag too. Ali was really, really aggressive there.
Yeah, he didn't have anyone there going for the trade, which did come back to bite Order in the end. But it is a fresh round, and Order have plenty of money going into the final couple of rounds of the first half of the map. But a lot of util are going to be dumped early for Ground Zero over towards a main. They know that Order They do like to show a bit of a presence. And they're not even going for mid at all now. So here we are. That's going out almost dry. Flash not doing a whole lot for order there. We do see Emag getting that trade. But now Waffy, the sharp gamer, pulls out the rifle, takes Emag's head off. Willie at the top of Con with an AWP. Questionable position, but he will be watching that flank just for the moment. Now Liaz, he's gone the whole way through the B site, but that bomb is down in a rough location for order to try to get it back. But Steve finds Liaz. Sicko, beautiful shot on the Waffy as well, bringing it back to the 2v3. So here we are. Bomb going to be potentially planted here at triple. Ali getting that one down successfully. Good cover from Sicko here.
So much respect being shown by Ground Zero in that instance. It's so difficult for a T side to get a bomb down without utility, but here they are.
Here we are. Nice Molotov. Will force Sicko nowhere, actually. It didn't manage to spread far enough, but we will see Sicko forced over the surface. Eventually, Ali going to be taken down, but Sicko picks up an AK and a 2K. Now, bomb going to be tapped. Sicko wanted to go for the peak, falls off the box, so he has no accuracy there. He is going to be having a bit of a fight with Steve. Bomb is planted for him, and Sicko's made his way to A main, so it's going to be rough for Steve to try to pick this one up. There you go. Line up from Sicko. Going to be shown. Nice little pre-fire. GZ. They drop another round. Order finding an 11th on the T side of Mirage. It's going to be extremely hard for GZ to come back into this game. In previous matches, they've had an extremely strong CT side, and today they're just being torn apart.
Yeah, there's really some flex being shown here by Melbourne Order in terms of just the way that they're playing. They're actually switching their styles up a lot as well, and it's kept Ground Zero guessing in the sense that they've gone aggressive on mid. They've also gone aggressive up the A ramp as well. And here again, they're going for an aggressive B split. So they're really running through all the gears at the moment. So Ground Zero haven't had an answer thus far, and I mean, they really haven't been able to settle into a pattern whatsoever here as Emag even gets up connected, takes down Willie KS. Ali opening things up on the B bomb site, and here we go. It's another free plant coming in for B, unless Waffy has something to say about it.
Unfortunately, he does have a bit of a whiffy with that Deagle. Couldn't connect those bullets, and we are back to a 4v2. Order once again with the man advantage. Unfortunately for Steve, he needs to hit the KZ server as he couldn't make that jump. But he will be going in with Chaotic now, as they do group up in the back of apartments. Emag may have actually heard the drop, so he's going to quickly go for the flank on market, get as much information needed as well there with Alistair, who's pushed through. So now Order, they've got a good read. They know that we are going to see a couple of people coming in from the back of apartments. Chaotic has to go for the reload though, so Sicko will survive for just a moment. Emag with that flank will find the angle. And there you go, Melbourne Order are going to find 12 rounds in that first half on Mirage.
Yeah, look, that's a really good half from Melbourne Order. Really just finding their stride quite well early on in the piece, making it really difficult for Ground Zero to find any momentum whatsoever. City side, things were really jolted for them in terms of economy as well. So even a few rounds there where they had 2 AWPs and everybody sort of forcing into it, not fully, but lightly as well. So a real economic battle here between these two teams, at least in the first half. Order looking the goods. Speaking of which, we'll be back with the second half just after this. Back, guys, for the second half of Perth Ground Zero, up against Melbourne Order here in the Gfinity Elite Series. Mac, this has been a lot of traffic Order's way so far, hasn't it?
It's been rough for Ground Zero. Order's been doing great. They've been hitting their shots. They've been just catching Ground Zero off guard. No respect, pushing out on the sides, just tapping heads left, right, and centre. It's pretty much the Order show right now, and I'm sure we will continue to see that into the second half, although GZ, they did pick up the first pistol of the game. Let's see if they can pick up the second.
And I like the confidence from them shown in that pistol, and they're going to need to just radiate that same confidence here in the second half. But let's just see how that story is about to be told.
So we are going to see 3 of GZ heading towards the top of mid. Crossfire from Melbourne Order in Con and Short. No one actually playing window, but the aggression from Ali shown towards apartments. Is Waffy going to be ready for it? Waffy's foot has been spotted, and Ali finds one. Can't quite connect the bullet for the second, so he will fall back just for the moment. Let Sicko finding the double. Emag one of his own. And then Willie is going to be left last alive. Melbourne Order, full reads, knows exactly where he is. Ali jumping up. Willie will find a consolation frag, but I don't think he will be able to get this bomb planted. Tries to go for the reload, but the flank is going to be coming in. Not as fast as I expected. A bit of respect are going to be shown by Order, but not for long, as Willie is going to be taken down. Beautiful angle shown from Sicko there. A couple of nice little taps to get the headshot, and Order find themselves at 13.
Sicko just abusing this smoke in mid-connector as well, just really working around the edges of it quite well. There was just a sense of confidence there in that smoke that probably wasn't to be trusted, as he does find those 2 frags as well and picking up the 3rd. So, unfortunately for Ground Zero, they're being reduced to rubble at the moment. And Melbourne Order looking very, very confident. Force bite coming in though, from Ground Zero's perspective, and I mean, objective for them here is to get that one down.
They've got those smokes on hand, which are definitely going to come in handy moving over towards that A site. Mid-control, or mid-presence, going to be shown by Order at least at the start of the round. Smoke's coming over, full rotate, going to be shown by Order already, full commitment there. But Willie, top of mid, can he cause a bit of fuss? Hat's going to be holding strong with Emag there. Extinct finds one onto Sicko. And second, Willie KS going to be taking down Liaz, and it's brought back to a 3v2 in Ground Zero's favour. So this was a bit unexpected here. Alistair with the MP9 deciding which weapon was better to hold and throwing it into the corner. So GZ can't pick themselves up an extra weapon. We are going to see Ali swinging wide onto Willie. And the bomb should be able to go down successfully. They have the info. Extinct hitting shots today. CZ still apparently a broken weapon. Waffy will get this bomb planted. But Extinct with 21 HP and 3 frags already. What are we going to see? Surely a boost over triple. Take down Ali, who's only on 8 HP. Cross comes out. How can Ali work this one? He's managed to find himself the kit. Goes the flash towards CT. Will allow him to swing. Waffy posts and gets blinded. And Extinct is going to find himself to 4K. And the round for Ground Zero. 4th round as well.
Tell you what though, Extinct had his skates on all round. That wide peak on the connector as well. He's just gone straight through the smoke, looking for a second here as well. And I think he finds it under balcony, yeah. And then that wide peak as well, and the man at jungle. Got to go fast.
Yeah, the Superman play. I love it. Straight from the top of stairs, over the top of whoever that was at the stairs there. A little bit rough for Order. GZ, showing their inner pug lords.
Yeah, and I think that's needed from them as well in the sense that they need to remind Order that they're still there, that they're still in this contest. It's not over and done yet. They've reduced the CT side to pistols, but we know what that spells sometimes. Ali does get pushed out of the side there. Steve finding entry. Liaz can't find anything either, and they will get that bomb plant here.
Well, GZ, they're off to a red-hot start in the second half. Melbourne struggling to hit those shots, and they are on the force buy too, so this could come back to hurt their economy in the coming rounds.
Just looking for exit frags here, Melbourne Order as well. If they can get themselves an upgrade, maybe get a little or an AK instead of the UMPs that they do possess, or even something for Sicko there for him, it's going to bode really well for the following rounds as well. So they're not really going to contest this, just looking to see if they can give themselves a bonus here or there, but Ground Zero have secured themselves another round, and they're going to need everything they can get here. They're going to need a little bit of luck to go their way as well, because coming back from this sort of deficit is not an easy task. Hats not really going to present him with anything either, as I think they do get that frag, but they won't be able to get that gun. So they do thin the numbers a little bit, but only in terms of the economy is the damage really done.
Here we are going into the 19th order. Still ahead by quite a margin, but GZ, it's an uphill battle. But it looks like they are going to be taking it to Order this round, looking to just potentially go fast out of A main. Staying as one unit, although the push coming out from Hats towards the top of mid may give them a bit of info. Bomb has been left in spawn though, so the rotate may come out. Willie going to be going back to find that as he leaves the rest of his team to try to find the site. Steve will be dinked. He will find the entry onto Emag. Waffy finding the double onto Hats and Liaz. Beautiful 2K there from him. But he will only survive with 14 HP. Steve quite low and taken it down now. Chaotic going to be finding a nice headshot there onto Sicko. Ali with the Deagle, trying to find something of his own in the 1v3 situation. He has managed to retrieve the UMP, falling back to cover. Trying to find an angle, but Willie not going to peek, not going to give Ali anything, as he will be slowed down by that Molotov.
I do like the change of pace from Ground Zero, though. in a sense that they did group up on A main. They recognise that if they're going to have weapons, they're not going to have utility. If they have utility, then the weaponry is not going to be that good. So getting themselves on to that site. Hello, Alistair. Welcome to the competition.
What happened there? That was
it was a good read.
It was beautiful. I couldn't see through the ragdoll, but apparently Ali has his ragdolls off or something. I don't know.
He has fragdolls.
Fragdolls, exactly. He will save the armor. He will save the UMP, looking for an AK, which he is going to find. There you go. Nice little save there. Beautiful decision from Ali. And GZ, sorry, they do pick up a 6th round. They're only 7 behind order. Still looking to come back. Steve, he's got that AWP in hand now, which is a great weapon for him to have. A few more wallbangs should be spotted in the coming rounds. But order, they're brought up as well.
And Sicko on the AWP as well. 21 frags to his name. He's been a real centrepiece for Melbourne Order showing here in the Elite Series. And continuing the great work that the other players for Melbourne Order have been able to actually achieve. So looking to continue that perfect record as they come into a gun round against Ground Zero. And already Sicko makes his mark, taking down his opposite number on the field. Steve does go out early on in the piece, but look at this map control being exerted by Ground Zero. They do fight their way up Connector, and Hats just using that spun to his advantage, stays alive as well. So back into balance this round.
But the site is almost in control from Ground Zero. We are going to see Order trying to hold it from the outside of it. We are going to see Waffy finding himself a second there. The bomb still trying to make its way to site. Ali gets the trade, but Willie finds one onto Ali. And now it is all up to Sicko, who throws the flash at CT, and he will go for the rotate. Now, bomb going to be planted at the front of Triple if Sicko speeds himself up a little bit. Oh, he's missed the jump, but he will be making his way through Con. He is a sharp gamer. And he's made a bit of noise though, so Willie, he's switched on. Knows that Sicko has the AWP. He will try to hold a close angle quite aggressively to Extinct. Up in Palace, not sure if his shoulder's poking out. Doesn't look like it is. Sicko can't find anything early, and he is just going to go and try to save into the 21st round. GZ should be picking up a 7th round here. As Willie goes for the hunt, he's picked up the AWP as well.
Great round there from Ground Zero. Just the speed at which they actually took control of Connector as well. Really trying to constrict the CTs in that A-bomb site worked quite well. Hats did a good job of just slowing things down a little bit, but it wasn't enough. And Ground Zero get themselves back into that match. They actually pick up that AWP of Steve as well, but Sicko.
How's this shot? What's the angle? Oof. He was ready.
He was ready for that too. It's not an easy shot to take for either of those players, but it does come out the way of Melbourne Order, and the round doesn't though. So Ground Zero, just showing that there's still some fight left in this this Perth team, and despite a really rough first half, they've managed to just grind their way back into things as well. So interesting buy coming up from Melbourne Order, really just trying to swing things back in their favour, because they know round by round they can get themselves close to that 15 mark, and at any point from there go on to win things.
So here we are, GZ. They aren't getting a lot of map control. Willie's gone solo towards mid. He's doing a lot of lurking on his T side. But Ali, he will fall back. Sicko finds one of the chaotic. Hat shuts down Willie as well. So the lurk is no longer there. And the Molotov going to do a bit of damage there. Just on the toes. He's still trying to find something, but he runs out of bullets. Sicko and Ali both going to pick up a frag apiece. And now Steve, it's all up to him with the AWP. He finds one, but nothing else. And there you go, Order. They found a 14th round. 2 more to take the W. GZ. They should have the money to buy up. Oh no, that's quite low.
And that's why the force was in from Melbourne Order. They knew that this was a really tight economic battle, so they were able to just get themselves around there that they needed. And then what they did in a really tightly fought round was the fact that they stayed alive on that B-bomb site for so long. Alistair there was put under some pressure. He did a really good job of just making sure his teammate knew early the information and were able to rotate through. So pixel gap here from Steve, and it comes up trumps as Ali goes down, and this is where he's going to go on to try and just get himself a rotation.
Ooh.
Okay. You said he likes his wall bangs, but tell you what, they're coming in spicy if they're going to be hit like that.
Oh, but so is that grenade. Steve already tagged down to 25 HP. He doesn't have that body armor, so the grenade is going to do a ton of damage to him. But he will survive for the moment. And it doesn't really matter too much if you don't have a ton of HP with that AWP in hand. But Willie, he's picked up another one. And I haven't seen him do a huge amount of damage with the AWP so far, especially on the T side. I think he's just trying to catch Order off guard, but Order, they've still got decent amount of utility to work with in the late round. Ground Zero, they've got a smoke and 2 flashes, but Emag going to get aggressive there. Beautiful flash from his teammate, allowing him to find the 2K and the bomb. Sicko finds Waffy after Waffy finds 1, and now it's all down to Steve and Willie. The double AWP for Ground Zero. 40 seconds remaining. Bomb control is in the hands of Order. Emag holding the cross, finds 1 onto Willie. Bit of support from the crowd there. Steve looking to hold the cross, waiting for some over-aggression from Order. And he is going to find it. Sicko falls. Steve. Super Steve.
Check your tickets.
Sniper Steve.
Sniper Steve. There you go.
There you go. 1v2. Can he win the 1v3? Goes for the pre-fire. Knows that Liaz is around that area, but he will be out-timed. Liaz, beautiful movement. Couple of jiggle peeks to try to bait the shot, but gets the timing, and we are going to see Order taking it to match point. 15-7. GZ. Dire Straits.
I was going to say, they got their money for nothing and their AWPs for free.
Did they really?
No. Wow, the crowd is so encouraging here today.
I'm extremely glad that one went over my head.
But there is still some life left in this one yet. Ali taking a super aggressive stance here. Willie KS doesn't actually cotton onto it whatsoever. And a nice little pop flash here from Emag. Just clears out mid. No aggression from Ground Zero just yet. So defensive. They were actually waiting at a lot of aggression here from Melbourne Order, anticipating it, but I think they're a little bit too defensive in that sense. But not a lot of options available to you when you've only got pistols.
That's it. Usually with pistols, you see them try to get into those cheeky corners and get a bit more aggressive. Decent damage coming out of the alley. 16 HP left on him now. So GZ. It's not over just yet until the Fat Max sings, and I haven't sung yet because I forgot all the lyrics. So Emag here going to be trying to play a one-way. We'll find a bit of damage on a Waffy and take him down eventually. Now in the 3v5 situation, GZ, it's looking rough for the boys in green. Hat's now waiting for the peak. Extinct may have made a little bit of sound. And Hats is just going to post here towards Firebox. Ali finds 1 more onto Chaotic, but then the 16 HP. Steven Extinct. We saw Extinct go crazy with the CZ just before. Bit of a pre-fire into Emag, but he couldn't hit the wallbang.
With the HP though, Alistair, Liaz, Emag, so low. So this is still in balance, but key frag there for Emag.
Oh, 2 HP. He somehow survived. Hats picking up Extinct and Order. Inevitably taking the game. You know, we expected it, we didn't call it. GZ, they did show up for a couple of rounds, but not enough. And Order showing their domination here today.
They were all about the business, weren't they? They were straight in. You could tell from the get-go there. Yes, the aggression coming out from Perth Ground Zero. It was more or less a sign of them trying to stand up to Order and say, we're not going to respect you at all in this match. And Order were prepared for that though. As we said, they've got the experience, they've got an array of strategy, they've got many different gears that they can go through, and I'd like to compare them to maybe, you know, an 18-wheeler. They've got 18 different gears sometimes that they can go through, and it's not often that a team like Ground Zero is going to get one up on Order, and today certainly wasn't going to be that day. So from Perth's perspective, they put in a good showing there. They were actually able to grind out a few rounds on that CT side, but it was always going to be difficult for them to get themselves back into this match. But we're going to leave it to our experts to break that down, unless...
I just want to let everyone know that I'm going to go change my costume, and I'll be back here looking completely differently in the next game.
Yeah, well, we await the return of the Mac, but we're going to go back to Kev and Luke to break that one down.
Perth Ground Zero giving it their all, but Melbourne Order just too good on the day. They came out on top in that huge second match. We're going to get into all the post-game analysis after this break.
We create machines that make every experience more intense and real. With Intel Core processors so powerful, you can redefine reality. Because the best feature of a gaming machine is the power to make you forget it's there.
How long do you want that to run for?
As long as you want, yeah. 30
All right,
seconds. I mean,
30
talk
seconds,
as long as
yeah,
you're
cool.
comfortable. Yeah, yeah.
Sweet.
So, you know,
30 seconds easily.
that Canada shooting a prime. So you don't have to look that way.
All right, so I'll look this way.
Look at Kevin.
Oh, and welcome back to the Gfinity Elite Series presented by Alienware. CSGO is brought to you by Logitech Gaming Peripherals and Dare Iced Coffee. Now, we have been joined at the desk here by Ethan Hayes, who is from Gfinity's Gift of the Gab competition he won. Give him a round of applause, guys. Brought to you by Dell Gaming, of course, that competition. Ethan, congratulations first. Tell us all about this competition.
Well, the competition a few weeks ago, how it worked was when the players that are currently in the Elite Draft Showcase that aren't part of the teams themselves, when the teams were looking at them, they also made a casting competition. So people would cast these games over 4 weeks. And what would happen is at the end, the VODs would be sent to some judges, and then they'd have to upload those videos or the best VOD to YouTube, and they'd have to try and promote that video and get a lot of votes. Combined with votes and combined with the judges' opinions, they'd choose a winner. In this
And
case,
that's
they
you,
chose
mate.
two. Yep.
Yeah, good on you, Ethan. Well, welcome to the desk. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to throw over to you and Kevin for the analysis and let you boys do your thing. Off you go. Let's get into it.
I think this is the favourite part of any Counter-Strike player / analyst is just when you get together as a group like Ethan and I and we just talk about a game. So let's just get this started right here. So round 5, let's get straight into it. I mean, take us away, Ethan. What happened in this round?
Well, in round 5, Order did a really interesting take where what they did is actually boosted on top of each other's heads, which, as we know, Molotovs in Counter-Strike can really block off positions where the CTs like to take. And when the CTs really want to peek an angle or they want to hold an angle, a Molotov can force them out of that position and make them hold a less desirable angle. And now when you boost on top of each other's heads, you open up a lot more opportunities to throw Molotovs in special areas. So in the case of Order's take, what they did is they smoked off the stairs and the jungle area, and a common peek for an AWPer who's usually playing window is to run through that smoke and get a peek into A main and make the retake a little easier because you've picked off one of the players. What Order have done in this round is they've boosted on each other's heads, they've mollied off this bench position, and they've made it so the AWPer cannot peek that unless he'll die.
And what I want to say as well is that this is a very common kind of execute that you see from Melbourne Order in particular. That's one they always throw into Mirage. But it doesn't work this time because Ground Zero actually they do very well on the retake. They try to fight it out. They understand the dangers of this execute. They decided to fight it out and play the retake accordingly from there. And as a result, they actually pick up another round. So it's actually really well played by both sides in this particular round. Hand down to the wire, Steve came out on top.
Okay, what round are we looking at next, guys?
Well, looking at round number 14. So, I mean, this one was pretty much a pretty standard. It was a bit of a looser round, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Order decided to change it up for this round. Usually, they'd be playing pretty structured, going for a really structured take. They'd be going for playing a default and slowly working picks. In this round, what they decided to do is say, all right, just rush A, take them by example, and just go real hard at that.
I want to say here as well, I mean, the epitome of this is that the bomb was dropped by Imagine probably about 30 or 20 seconds into the round. Normally, you're not meant to lose control of the package, and that's why we brought out something pretty interesting that they're actually down at numbers efficiency from here, but they still managed to come back, Ethan.
All right, they lost players in that round.
So it's a 2-on-3 situation at the moment. And this is where I guess Melbourne Order do actually really well at this stage is because it's difficult to fight out in a numbers deficiency, as we pointed out multiple times before. But in this case, they managed to do it. And this is where Ground Zero actually make a bit of a misplay as well. They come in a little bit later than each other because you can see Steve makes a peek right now, but he doesn't really have a support of any players with him. He makes that initial contact, but hang on a moment, where's the rest of the team? They don't really peek out, and from here, Sicko is allowed to just go ham, and he just wins it from there, 1-on-3.
They just play 1 by 1, so rather than it being a 3v1 in this situation, they created it 3 1v1s, which is, of course, in a clutch situation, ideal for Sicko in his clutch.
And I mean, it's more of a small raindrop in a pretty big ocean at this stage for Order. It wasn't anything that made them win the game from there, but it kind of showed the difference, I guess, in class, where Order were able to regain the situation from some individual brilliance and a bit of a misplay from Ground Zero.
All right, and the final round we want to take a look at is round 20, I think. Is that correct? All right, let's have a look.
Exactly. It's a pretty long round, so we'll just take our time with it.
Well, it's quite a long round. What happened is Ground Zero actually lost some players, and they lost a lot of map control. But the way they managed to take the round and sort of bring it to their side is they managed to, when they lost their original map control, they decided, all right, let's set up for an A take. And rather than going straight into the A take, they decided, all right, there's some prerequisite map control that we need to get. So at first they took mid, they took connector. So now you can get an A split onto the site and you can remove some of those spots that the CTs like to hold. And from there, they decided to execute having players come from connector. So some of the angles you like to hold behind boxes, now there's players coming in from your left, and it makes it so much harder as a CT to hold the site. You have to play really retake based. You have to sort of play really far back where you can't be seen by either side. And it means that the bomb is a lot easier to get down. It means like a retake situation, a bomb plant for the T's is now so much easier.
Yeah, and afterwards in this round as well, I believe Sika decides to go save. And I really wanted to see actually more of Ground Zero's T sides, because once again, you can see that they have a lot of the structure on the T side, and they know what they need to be checking, what they need to be covering. It's just their CT side was a little bit weaker, and that's understandable. You're up against one of the best teams, not only in the league, but one of the best teams in Oceania at the moment. And to put up a few rounds, or to put up these many rounds actually in total, is no mean feat. So congratulations to Ground Zero, or kudos to Ground Zero, for at least putting up this much of a fight. I think it was pretty obvious after the first half that the conclusion was well gone. Order were just outclassing their opposition, and I mean, it's at least good to see that Ground Zero had some of the fundamentals down.
Yeah, well, I'd be proud of myself going that many rounds against such a good team. Well done to both teams. It was a really solid game.
Well, speaking of well done to you, Ethan Hayes. Awesome stuff. Let's give Ethan a huge round of applause one more time, guys. Thank you for your insight, dude. Thank you very much. Big stuff. Right now, it's time for our Logitech Play Advance MVP of the match. Righto, Kev, who is it for this match?
Oh, I'll let Ethan take it away. So we both picked one, so let's take it away.
Great.
Well, I reckon Imagine took it out for this game.
Yeah.
He led the charge in all the takes. You see, especially as we did go deep into round 14, where Imagine was, 20 seconds into the round, he's out with the bomb, no fear, goes straight, peaks jungle. He does die, but he has that ferocity to show to the team, let's go, let's keep charging, let's take this site. I don't care if there's that many AWPs on the site, we're going to win this.
Yeah, huge stuff.
Just one of the most experienced players on the lineup as well. I mean, all of them obviously have experience, but he's one of the more tenured ones. He's been playing for probably over a decade now of Counter-Strike, and really just shows that class and experience. And just against the easier opposition as well, in terms of what he looks at, he's just going to go, all right, this is just going to be aim practice for me, and I'm going to show everyone exactly why I'm one of the best players inside Oceania.
Yeah, cool. Well, that is the Logitech Play Advance MVP for that match. Well, congratulations to Imagine on two fronts, not only the winning captain, but also the MVP. I think Ash is backstage having a chat with him right now. Over to you, Ash.
Thank you so much. That was a pretty cool game to watch, and turns out you're MVP. How does that feel?
Great. Very, very happy. Very happy.
So Ground Zero managed to take a couple of rounds from you guys. Did that surprise you at all? What surprised you or impressed you the most about Ground Zero?
We played pretty loose. They couldn't really punish it, so I think they just need to continue to develop their game style. I think they had some super sharp plays from individuals. So I think they have all the pieces there. They just need to work on bringing it all together.
There are a few early technical pauses and a failed karaoke session early on. How did that affect the game for you? How do you keep yourself in the zone? Because obviously you guys can't talk to each other.
Yeah, we obviously can't chat during the text, but we just try and just chill out, just kick back for a couple of minutes and not let it get to us, and then as soon as unpause, just straight back into it.
So when it comes to your technical plays today, when it came to planning all of that, did it all go to plan, or were there some things that you had to change tactics-wise?
It all went pretty much to plan. Like I said, we came in pretty loose. We didn't use too much of our strategy, so we pretty much just rushed around.
Well, congratulations. You guys have been playing together for quite a while now, so do you think you got a target on your back?
Yeah, I'd say most of the teams here are trying to beat us. Just due to we're one of the only real teams here, I'd say. But I'd say definitely people are trying to get us.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see how you go next week. Congratulations, and thanks for having a chat.
Thank you.
Back to you, Luco.
One of the only real teams